BCH just died, the bullish recovery narrative gone in the blink of an eye. But can we short this collapse, and will buying Bitcoin Cash ever be viable again? BCH was giving us some signals of a potential reversal, with the price action looking to potentially curve round on the back of these higher highs and successive higher lows. But unfortunately, the deleveraging pressure has increased significantly over the last few days, and BCH has had a big sell-off, a big move down, which is not good news for what has been typically quite a resilient asset for a high cap over the last few months, managing to keep the price action quite successfully above this upper level around 448. But the bearish pressure has picked up, and unfortunately BCH has now invalidated any bullish premise, and you can see why. This area here at around 398 has previously been essentially a launching off point for the price action. You see here bouncing support, resistance, and now we've come down to retest it. We have lost that without even a little bounce, meaning that any potential reversal from BCH is likely going to happen in these lower areas down here, as opposed to at current levels, highlighting that the bullish premise has now been lost and the continuation of the downtrend has been confirmed. And if we look at what we were paying attention to back over the last few days, if you just put the replay back, this is what we were essentially looking at previously. We had this double bottom, we had the higher highs, we surpassed that higher high, we looked like we were going to flip this moving average on the 6 hour, with everything bundling up quite nicely below the price action. But then, of course, the bearish pressure has picked up. Bitcoin has remained quite elevated without any further upside, which has meant most traders will see the market as neutral to bearish. And of course, now Bitcoin has started to retrace. We have had the price action really struggling to find its feet here on the back of this nice little pump which we had at the beginning of May. And here we are coming all the way down, being pushed by the 21. And now here we are at this lower level at 358. And you can see how this has completely invalidated the bullish situation. And historically, there hasn't been any reversals from the current level, which are at around 361, 355. And you can see typically once we enter this lower zone, we're looking to bottom out in this area, which is between around $300 and $250, just like we had previously in May 2025, in August 2024. But what we don't want to see, of course, is the price action get stuck down in this level. We just want it to, of course, reverse. But this does mean now BCH is going to be out for the count in terms of long trading opportunity for a little while now, because the sellers are firmly in control. And in order for BCH to recover from here, it's got a tremendous amount of work to do, and it's very difficult to see now we've entered this range. So expect BCH to probably come down, knocking on the door of this area, starting at around $300. Then we can look to try and scoop up an entrance like we had here, 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 and we haven't been down here really again for about a year. So it's about time we retested these levels. But even if Bitcoin does manage to continue up from here, it's going to be very difficult for BCH to find its feet. So now we are waiting for these lower levels for medium to long-term buy-ins for the next potential bull run. But if you are looking to trade BCH, it's definitely going to be looking for short opportunities over the next few weeks and months. And it's just a case of understanding where the next possible retest level will be, and that may be around 427, 428 for a potential recovery bearish retest play before it heads down. So those are your options at the moment for BCH. Switch very quickly from potential long recovery trades to now looking for these bearish retests for short entries. And then of course, only once we start approaching $300 do you want to start considering longs again. But that's BCH.